What's up, ladies and gents? This is going to be a short video, and it's going to be like kind of a little angry rant slash explanation. Is I get these types of comments all the time on my channel, and I can't tell you how demonizing and just horrible they make content creators feel, and I feel like there has to be some explanation about it so people understand, especially those on this channel that understand the things that some content creators go through and at least my story. So, you know, I put out a little thing that, how I just can't catch a break because my cyberpunk videos are already getting demonetized because of the fact of the mature content and whatnot in video games, and how it's like something that's so fake in a video game. I just don't understand how, you can't tell it apart from real life or something like that. That's not what this discussion about. What this discussion is about is the fact that there are people out there that just want to hinder people or kind of just hark on them for reasons I just never understood. And this is a comment that I got under this, just me being upset that it just feels like I can't catch a break when it comes to copyright or demonetization or things like that. And then I get a comment from someone and it just says, get a real job like everyone else. So let me add some context to you, Thomas. I had a real job. For 21 years, I served in the United States Army every single day for 21 years straight. And I had to actually retire. They forced me out because of my back, because of all of the years that I've lugged around drums, played drums, marching band. Being a drummer is not an easy thing. And then also add on to that the whole Army thing where, you're doing a lot of lifting, a lot of that kind of stuff. I remember when I deployed to Afghanistan, I couldn't feel my fingers because I had to literally lift so much drum equipment. Now, you got to remember that you don't just lug around drums. We would literally put on an LMTV, we would literally put our cases of my drum set, this huge case that weighed over I don't know how many pounds that thing weighed because it had all of our drums in it. And we had to pick them up from an LMTV and we had to place them down. I could not feel my fingers because I had completely lost my grips. There's so many things when you're a drummer that, and any other drummers out there, you guys could probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Lifting drums every day, putting them on your back, when you're marching with your drums and stuff like that and you're doing parades. I did Mardi Gras parades, which Mardi Gras parades are like 6 to 8 miles that you walk with a drum on your back. And you don't get a break. You don't get to put it down in the middle of the parade. There's all different kinds of reasons why my back is the way it is. It's a tough life, but I did it because I absolutely love it. And I wish I could still do it, honestly, to God. There's nothing that I would want to do more than play drums and continue to play drums and do that. But I literally physically can't anymore because of what it did to my back. I have a disc disease, and if you look at my L5s and all that kind of stuff, and I know I don't need to explain any of this to anybody. Listen, I get it. I have nobody to answer to. I answer to my wife. I answer to God. Those are the only people that I answer to in my life. But because I love what I do so much, and I cherish it, and I cherish the respect that we have between all of us on this channel. This is a community. This is not, I've always treated this community as if you are a part of the family, because you are, because I'm not who I am today if it wasn't for all of you out there in some way. You've shaped me to be better, to love more, to respect more, to always be better, to strive to be better. But when I see comments like this, obviously maybe from people that don't know this channel, or they just come in and chime in because they hate what's going on in their own life, so they feel hurting others is what it is. I don't know the excuse, and I'm not about to make excuses for them either. But, even if that wasn't the situation, even if you're someone who's 18 or 19 years old and you're trying to make a living doing this. Now, whereas I don't recommend it because this is a hard job to do when you're that young, especially when you're only as good as the last video you put out. And sometimes it could be very, very just demonizing and mentally exhausting because you're so worried about trying to get people to watch your videos. You're so worried about, am I going to be able to pay the bills or something like that? And the younger you are, I do 100% honestly feel that you need to do something else in the world first so you can build up an understanding of how the world works. Because when you're really young and then you create a channel and you get millions of views, you have a false sense of security, right? That is a huge false sense of security. So I totally understand these younger creators that they need to have some type of thing on the outside as well, so they understand what it is to so they can build up the mental toughness that you need inside to do something like this. This is today. This is 2025. This isn't the 1980s where something like this was impossible to do. A job is a job. Entertainers, it doesn't. Comedians, any type of form, a job is a job. People spend the time and their effort to perfect whatever craft that they feel that they want to, and then they try to go with that and they try to make it successful. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it does work. I know my channel is nowhere near as popular, or what some people would say good, as it used to be, but it doesn't mean I love it any less, or it doesn't mean I'm still trying to make my way in this world. I would absolutely love to go out there and do what some people call a man's job and all that kind of stuff, but my back is so bad that I literally cannot do it. It's hard for me to stand up for long periods of time. I can't sit in my drum set for more than a little bit of time, just because my back gets so bad. And even when I would do rock band streams with, for everybody and stuff like that, when I would be done, I couldn't stand up for a long period of time because of bending down like that with my back was just so awful. But I still did it because I wanted to show you guys what it is that I truly love to do, which is to play music. Music has always been my passion and my love. And like I said, I joined the Army back in 2001, or 2000 technically, when I was still in high school. And I literally did it all the way up until 2021, until they forced me out. So for those of you out there that love to hark on people and say, get a real job, especially people that do this for a living, maybe sit back a little bit and think that everyone is just trying to do what they want to do in this world. And for me, I want, even if it fails, I want to continue and try my hardest to do what I love to do, instead of doing a job that I know I'm just going to hate. I mean, who was it? I think it was Jim Carrey that said, why spend all the time doing something you hate why not try to put effort into doing something you love? Even if it fails, at least you tried. At least you have, you could say, I tried to do this, and all I'm saying is that let's not hate on everybody in this world. Let's try to understand them and try to want everyone to succeed, because I want all of you out there to succeed in whatever it is that your heart desires, just like I would hope you would want me to succeed in everything that I do. I did my time with the hard labor work and all that kind of stuff, and unfortunately it's made me a mess. And I'm doing right now the only thing that I know that I can do. I also on the side do DoorDash driving, just to try to make ends meet a little bit here and there, and I'm gonna have to do more of it, because you're right, this is not making enough money. I'm not good enough anymore, or in the eyes of YouTube's algorithm, I'm not good enough anymore to do this full time. So yeah, I am trying to find ways to make money on the side, but there's only certain things that I can do. So I just wanted to put that out there. I'm not mad at this person for saying this, because I get this all the time, but I feel like I have to explain myself, even though I don't need to. But I just want others to know out there, it's not good to be that kind of person. Don't be that kind of person. Encourage people, want them to succeed, because when they succeed, maybe a little bit of that hard work and stuff, it gets put upon others. When some people see people succeed, I love it, because it motivates me to want to have that same level of success and to try to do better. So that's what I think we should do in this world. Instead of going around hating everything, we should try to build everybody up. There's my rant. I'm sorry this went on longer than I wanted it to, but I just felt that I had to get it out there. And for those of you that backed me up, thank you so much, whatever. I'm not mad at this person, but it does piss me off that there are still people out there that don't understand that everyone has a story. And unless you know that story, be kind. Please rewind. Thank you.